All right, one more division preview to go. It's the AFC South, starting with last year's last place finishing team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And interesting to note that of all the last place finishing teams in the NFL, the Jaguars had the best record out of them at 7-9, which might have been a bit lucky. Looking at their quarterback, David Garrard, decent, hasn't really broken out. Maurice Jones-Drew, a running back that I like a lot. If probably the biggest star on this team is Jones-Drew. They've got some receiving. Mike Sims-Walker is a decent receiver. I don't know if really anyone on the team is going to break out as a receiver, really. Yeah, pretty much. And defense is, to put it nicely, defense is all over the place. Yeah, so it's hard to predict anything going real well for the Jaguars. They were probably lucky to win 7 last year. I mean, they have some good defenders. I mean, they got Aaron Campbell from the Packers last year, who's been a Packer his whole career, and yeah, but I'll stop there. I mean, don't see that much great going with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and like I said, they were probably lucky to win the 7 that they did. Moving on to the Tennessee Titans, they finished 3rd last year, and it was kind of a tale of 2 seasons for the Titans last year. They started with Kerry Collins as their quarterback. Well, Vince Young was their quarterback the year before, and he got injured like the first week, and then Kerry Collins took over and had a good year. So last year they started with Kerry Collins again and proceeded to lose their first 6 games. So after that, they put Vince Young back in, and the rest of the season they went 8-2. So Vince Young looks to be their starting quarterback again this year. Hopefully there's no controversy this time. I prefer Vince Young to be there. Just, he's the quarterback of the future, and Kerry Collins is a journeyman whose career is pretty much almost over. So, and what about the year Chris Johnson had last year as the running back? One of the very few running backs in NFL history to rush for 2,000 yards in a season. So, yeah, he did all right. Understatement. As far as receivers, I mean, they got some guys. There's not really a star there. Probably most of the passes are going to go to Justin Gage and Nate Washington. But I mean, like I said, I like Vince Young as a quarterback, so he'll find the right guys at the right time, hopefully. And looking at the defense for a quick sec, probably their strength on defense is the backs. I don't know if there's really a lineman or a linebacker that stands out. Well, maybe Jamie Winborn, kind of a journeyman linebacker. As far as the backs, I like Chris Hope. Cortland Finnegan is a good defender as well. So they've got a decent defense. I mean, can't really go wrong with it. And with Vince Young there the whole year, it should get pretty interesting. And Rob Baranis is one of my favorite kickers as well, so they'll put some points on the board. I don't know about keeping points off the board, but they'll be fine. Houston Texans finished 2nd last year and very nearly missed the playoffs. The Jets played in that last Sunday night game, and if the Jets had lost that game, the Houston Texans would have gotten that last playoff spot, but such is life. Matt Shaw, breakout year as a quarterback. I believe he did very well in the Pro Bowl as well. Was he the Pro Bowl MVP? Yeah, I think he was. Got some great receivers to throw to. Andre Davis. Who else am I thinking of? No, I'm thinking of Andre Johnson. Yeah, Andre Davis is there, but Andre Johnson was the one I meant to say. Sorry. But Andre Davis is a good one, too. Kevin Walters, another solid receiver. Probably most of the carries as a running back will go to Steve Slayton. And Owen Daniels is a decent tight end as well. Looking at the defense, I like D'Amico Ryans as a linebacker. Who else is there? Bernard Pollard, a decent defender there. So yeah, I like the Titans, but as much as I like the Titans and the Texans this year, I don't think any of them hold a candle to the last year's division winner, who is not only the division winner, but they were the AFC champions before losing to the New Orleans Saints in the Super Bowl. And I'm talking, of course, about the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning back as the quarterback again. Been there since, I don't know when. Possibly last century. Joseph Addai is the running back again. As far as receiving options for Manning, he's got a bunch. Reggie Wayne, Austin Collie, Pierre Garçon, Anthony Gonzalez. There's a whole... Dallas Clark is the tight end as well. There's a whole lot of options that Peyton Manning has, which is what makes this Colts team so good. Great quarterback, great receivers, can't ask for much more, and a decent running back as well, and Addai. And if that wasn't enough, look at this defense. Dwight Freeney, hard-hitting lineman. Robert Mathis, another great one. Who else we got? Antoine Bethea. Bob Sanders. Lots of great names on this team. And, of course, the clutch kicker in Adam Vinatieri. So, yeah, I don't think the Colts are going anywhere for a while. Yeah. They're going to be atop this division for quite a few years still. I mean, Peyton Manning's got a few years left in him, I'm sure. And with the supporting cast he has, I mean, hard to imagine the Colts not doing well. So, I picked the Indianapolis Colts to win the division again, and probably get far in the playoffs, if not get to the Super Bowl again. They'll get far, yeah. And to jump around the plate a little bit, I'm going to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to finish last. The hardest pick was between Tennessee and Houston for second and third. And I like Tennessee's defense better. And I like Tennessee's running better, obviously. I like Houston's passing better. So it's hard to call him. It's hard to call. I mean, passing's important, but so are running and defense. But I'm. I can't call a tie. That would be a cop-out, but... Okay, I'm going to call the Houston Texans to finish second in the division. So, Indianapolis first, Houston second, Tennessee third, and Jacksonville will bring up the rear. So that does it for the season previews. And next week, we get to the picking of the games. There's probably going to be a little more of a preview video on Tuesday, maybe just to talk about how the picking of the games is going to go. Tuesday is likely when I'll slate my results videos for as well throughout the year. And I'm thinking sometime Thursday afternoon is when I hope to post the pick videos. So look for new videos. It may change a little bit, but look for the videos to be Tuesday and Thursday for the rest of the year. Tuesday for the results, and Thursday for the picks. And because there's games on Thursday, I'll hopefully get the pick videos posted before the games begin, so there's no question as to when the video is made. Okay, so that is all for now, and I'll see you next week with the picks. Adios.